Today, we will be examining which Ninja Turtle to marry. This is a question that has plagued me for most of my life. As I lie in bed trying to go to sleep, I imagine what would happen if somebody invaded my home and put a gun to my head and said,
Jesse, which Ninja Turtle would you marry?
I don't know. I think that's something that everybody worries about. Okay, so to help people like myself and everyone else, I made a PowerPoint presentation to help you decide which Ninja Turtle to marry. So, without further ado, let us switch over to our PowerPoint presentation. Which Ninja Turtle do we marry? Well, in order to examine that, we must first look at the commonalities. You guys, I worked really hard on this. Each turtle is a hero and a half shell. So some things that might bring up is they're gonna hide in their shell sometime when they don't want to communicate. Basically, I mean, they've got a shell you're gonna have to deal with. It's big, it's bulky, it's hard. Big, it's bulky, it's hard. They are all skilled in martial arts. Now, I think this is a plus because I am very interested in martial arts, and I feel like you get free lessons. So that's definitely a positive. They each have a very close relationship with their rap mentor, Splinter. This could be a bit of a negative because I don't know if I'm going to have to entertain Splinter when he comes over for family events. I'm not sure what rats eat. And I think he might take away some of the attention from myself. So that's going to be a neutral point there. But it's something you have to consider when you're determining which turtle to marry. Now, all of these turtles are part of the world's most fearsome fighting team. What that means is, as a marriage part of the turtle family, when you are married to a turtle, you become a target. Okay, Shredder might kidnap you, Bebop and Rocksteady might kidnap you. So that's a definite downside. So whichever turtle we pick, it has to be worth the risk. Now this one, you guys, this one is a definite down. All of these turtles are obsessed with April O'Neil. And quite frankly, I don't like it. I will not stand for another woman in my relationship. So this is bad. Bad news. You are always going to be competing with April. As if Splinter wasn't enough competition, now we have a hot journalist to compete with. So that's definite downside to marrying one of these beautiful turtles. Each of the Ninja Turtles have had exposure to ooze. Thank you, chat, for recognizing she is trying to make me a she-cuck. Yes, fuck April O'Neil, fuck her. Now, all of these turtles have been exposed to ooze, which, when they're Teenage Mutant Turtles, that seems okay. You know, there's not many side effects except they're fucking jacked. But as they get older, will this cause memory problems? Will they develop dementia? Any type of neurological disease, multiple sclerosis I could see happening because of this exposure to ooze. So you've got to think about that. It's kind of up in the air on whether it will cause additional side effects. But you've got to keep it in the back of your mind. And for my last point in commonalities, all of these Ninja Turtles are jacked, which is a very good thing. Muscular, good-looking boys. You are going to have to deal with people staring at them and just constantly sexualizing them. So you've got to be confident in yourself when you are married to one of these turtles. Now, after we've considered the commonalities, it is important to look at each turtle as an individual. We're going to do that in birth order here. Leonardo is the oldest brother. I find it weird that they break out into oldest brothers, um, because they're turtles. You know, they were born in like a litter, in a clutch. They're hatched out of eggs. So the fact that they even have these constraints on them, like I'm the oldest, I'm the youngest, it's just a little bit ridiculous all around. Is there an option to get airtighted by them and just leave the next morning? Bucko, there is, but that's going to have to be another PowerPoint, because that's a different question altogether. It's absolutely completely different. So in examining birth order, let's look at this. Firstborns are typically perfectionists, achievers, leaders, bossy, responsible, motivated, conscientious, cautious, yet reliable. I find most of these things to be true of Leonardo. Some of these are bad. We don't like perfectionists, but he's very motivated and responsible. We don't like controlling turtles, but I don't see a lot of the controlling behavior in Leonardo. So I don't think the oldest brother works too hard against him. And which brings me to my next point. Leonardo does exhibit natural leadership skills. This is a plus because we do like a turtle that can take charge. He is serious and studious. This is in stark contrast to myself, and they say opposites attract. So this could be a good thing. This could bode well for Leonardo. Now, I learned in researching this that Leonardo decapitates Shredder in the original comics. I prefer a badass, so that is definitely a point for Leonardo. That's just great. He's really a hero all around. He's quietly confident, not cocky. That's very attractive. And you know what? He is spiritual, but not religious. So I think Leonardo would be great to help me focus more on meditation. I think he could really help me expand my consciousness and open up that third eye. And Night Coffee, you are right. He would finish the job. And that probably translates to bed as well. Now, marriage is not all about sex at all. This is not which turtle we would like to fuck. But you do want, some chemistry in bed. So overall, I think Leonardo is a good choice. He's a contender. Let's examine Raph next. Raphael is the second born, middle child syndrome. Now let's see what we've got about middleborns. Adaptable, I don't find that true of Raphael. Independent is definitely true. We do like a strong, independent turtle, so that's a plus for him. I don't find him to be a go-between or a people pleaser. You've got to remember, he's second born. So yes, he's a middle child, but he's kind of older as well. He's probably has a bit of the traits of oldest too. He definitely can be rebellious. He is not a peacemaker. That is for sure. Raphael is not about peacekeeping. He might be a little social at times, but I don't feel like that is a core personality trait of Raphael. The main things here are he is independent and rebellious, which we like a little rebellion, okay? Definitely like an independent turtle as well. Now, as the song states, Raphael is cool, but he's also rude. So you've got to weigh that. However, his rudeness is made up for in the fact that he is the sexiest of the turtles. There is no debating that. Raphael, if this was about which turtle I would want to fuck, Raphael in a heartbeat. He has a sarcastic sense of humor, which we like. We love a good sarcastic sense of humor. Here's another picture of Raphael, which just exhibits how sexy he is as a turtle. Now I'm going to go ahead and say, spoiler alert, Raphael is not going to be marriage material. Raphael has issues. He is someone who you might date in your early 20s because you have daddy issues. He does have a bit of a fiery temper. I feel like this could turn into a bit of an abusive relationship with Raph. And to be honest, his future does not look so good. I have a feeling Raphael might be a victim of the opioid crisis, and you're gonna have to deal with him dying of a drug overdose one day. So overall, Raphael not marriage material until maybe he works his shit out. But again, fuck him all you want, because he is sexy. Next up, Donatello. Donatello is the third born, so he's technically still a middle child. I do find a lot more of these middle child traits to be applicable to Donatello. He's adaptable, independent. I do see how he can be a bit of a go-between or a people pleaser. I don't find him to be rebellious. He might feel a little bit left out, but I don't see that impacting him so much. He's definitely a peacekeeper. He's not the most social of the turtles, so I'm not sure that applies. Now, Donatello, purple mask. Purple is my favorite color, so if I'm going to be looking at my husband all the time, rather it be a purple mask, you know, so that's a good thing for Donnie. He does machines, okay, as the song states. Donatello does machines. That's a fact, Jack. So this is a good thing because he's always going to be innovating. He'll probably make like Roombas and stuff that can clean the house. That's less work for me. So that's a big score for Donatello. He relies on gadgets over combat. I like this because he uses his mind. When he gets older and, you know, maybe isn't as physically fit, he'll still be able to fight crime by relying on his gadgets, while maybe his other brothers couldn't. So this is a definite plus for Donatello. You might think relying on gadgets might not bode well for the bedroom. But that just tells me if he has maybe a small turtle penis, he's going to find a way to adapt and overcome that issue. So that's good for him, but I don't think he has a small turtle penis because Donatello has big dick energy. Biggest dick energy of all of the turtles. That is irrefutable. Absolutely irrefutable. He typically avoids family drama, which is great. So maybe we can just kind of live in our own little cabin and just stay away from all of the drama, you know? I like that. We want a drama-free life. You should absolutely be arrested for saying the word small turtle penis. I know, Night Coffee, I did not want to insult Donatello, but it's something you have to consider. But he does not have a small turtle penis. I don't think he does. He exudes big dick energy. And you know what? He's calm, he's cool, and he's collected. We like that. When you're thinking about marriage, you want drama free, you know. This is going to be for the rest of your life. So you just going back to why Raphael is not marriage material. Oh my God. Knows how to handle a shaft. That's very true. Now, Michelangelo. I think Michelangelo is probably everyone's favorite turtle. Michelangelo is the youngest turtle. Now, let's see what that means. I find a lot of Michelangelo's characteristics to match with these last-born personality traits. He's social, charming, outgoing, uncomplicated. I'm not sure about the manipulative part, but it's probably true. We will probably see that as he grows out of being a teenager into an adult. He seeks attention, probably. I mean, he's just the most charming of the turtles. How could you not naturally be drawn to him? So of course he's going to get attention. Self-centered a little bit, but fun. He is definitely the funnest of all of those. What's next for Michelangelo? He is a party dude. Now, we're talking about marriage here. I don't want my husband being at some frat party calling me like,
"Hey, Jesse, can you come pick me up? I'm too drunk to drive."
So this is major points against Michelangelo. Yeah, that's fun whenever you are, like, again, in your 20s, but we're talking about long-term commitment here. He's funny. That's good. Oh, I'd also like to add, you know, I like to party. I can be funny. I like to have a good time. But when you are such a partier like Michelangelo, I would have to kind of take on a more serious parenting role. And I don't want to do that, you know? That's major points against Michelangelo. He does use nunchucks as his primary weapon. And that's major points because we all know nunchucks are the most fun weapon to play with out of all of these weapons. You just swirl them around everywhere and it's super fun. Shredder's starting to look like a good option after everything you said. We might want to examine Ninja Turtle villains at another time. We actually might. Excuse me. Now, Michelangelo is a creative. He coins most of their catchphrases, cowabunga being one of them. That's major plus. You know, I feel like we would have the coolest slang ever if we were in a committed relationship. Now, Michelangelo loves pizza more so than all of his brothers. I'm a fan of pizza too. However, you've got to consider the long-term implications of constantly eating all of these carbs and dairy. So yeah, we don't want our husband getting type 2 diabetes. You know, especially if we can help it. I am into health. I like eating healthy. So I would like somebody that that shares my same goals here. So that's points against Michelangelo. Night Coffee, you propose a very interesting question. Does nunchucks being the most fun weapon translate to the most fun in the bedroom? I think it might. You know, honestly, I think it might. With the fact that he's a party dude and funny, he's gonna be... I think he probably is the most fun in the bedroom. Probably Raphael is gonna be the most sultry, you know, with his fiery temper. So yeah, if it was examining which turtle we would rather fuck, I think I'd do Raph number 1, Michelangelo number 2. Yeah, Raphael would definitely be the most passionate. There is no doubt about it. But this is which turtle are we gonna marry? Okay, now the biggest points for Michelangelo are the fact that he suggested getting pizza during an anti-drug campaign. So, let's take a look.
Joey, I got some stuff you just gotta try. What is it? Pot. You know, marijuana. Oh, well, I don't know. What, chicken?
Joey's in a jam. What should he do? Kate.
Get a teacher.
Kate is wrong. You do not be a snitch, Kate.
Excellent.
Raphael said excellent. No, Raphael, boo. That is not excellent.
Get a pizza. Get real.
Get a pizza. Yes, correct answer, Michelangelo.
You got it. Let's see if Joey's that smart.
I'm not chicken. You're a turkey.
He's right. Drug dealers are dorks. Don't even talk to them. Cowabunga!
Just seeing that ad, Michelangelo is the only one that had the proper reaction to that. It almost makes me hate all of the turtles except him, because we all know how much of a disaster the war on drugs was. So Michelangelo was very woke for his time. I am just kind of disgusted that the turtles participated in this commercial. Are they Republicans? I don't know. They might be, but I'd like to think maybe they've grown. So I don't know. This is major points for Michelangelo. Major points. Like, it is very hard to get over the fact that Raphael said it was a good idea to snitch on somebody trying to sell someone marijuana. Was he even trying to sell it, or was he giving it away for free? I don't know. Major points for Michelangelo here. So, who do we marry? Let's see. I'd like to get a prediction in chat going. I've never done that before. It is up for 1 minute. I would like to see you guys' opinion on who we should marry. Sounded like the drugs were free, S'mores. Yeah, I don't know why you'd be all up in arms about getting free drugs. Sewertarians, that reminds me, Night Coffee, that I did not consider the fact that that they're probably going to be smelling like sewage a lot. So that's something you've got to consider as well. Big D, you missed the whole slideshow, but I just said Raph because his paintings are sick. True, Raphael is an artist, but Big D, you only want to date Raphael if you are having serious daddy issues. Raphael is trouble. We've determined he would be the most passionate in bed, but he is not marriage material. Obviously, Raphael is who we would fuck. Obviously. Sexiest of the turtles. We don't want to marry him, though, you know? Alright, so who won the poll? Okay, Donatello, by resounding 50%. We've got Raphael in a close second. Michelangelo down at the bottom, even after that anti-drug PSA. Wow, you guys. You are surprising me. Who would I kill? I don't know that I would kill a turtle, you know? I don't think I would kill a turtle. They've all got their perks, you know? Maybe I would fuck and kill Raphael. I mean, the drugs are gonna do it to him anyway. So without further ado, which turtle do we marry? Drum roll, please. Da 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 da. Okay. Donatello and DetailedPig forever. Chat, you got it right. Donatello is the most well-rounded turtle. Like I said, he's got the robots. He's probably gonna make some shit to where I don't have to clean the house. I think he's definitely the most all-around choice for marriage material. And that concludes my TED Talk on which Ninja Turtle to marry.